If you've been struggling with boring grammar books or endless vocabulary lists, this story is for you. Because when you feel the language in action, it sticks. You're about to learn useful phrases, everyday sentence structures, and even some advanced grammar, without even noticing. That's the magic of storytelling. So if you're trying to improve your English, hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and share it with your friends who are also learning. We post new stories every single day, and each one helps you get better naturally. No one really expects to find themselves in a completely new part of a giant city just because they followed someone's jacket. But that's exactly what happened to Liam. He had landed in Seoul only a few days earlier, and everything still felt a little surreal. The streets were clean, the signs were in Korean, and the metro system was like something from the future. Touch screens, robotic announcements, lights that blinked with every arrival. It was exciting and a bit overwhelming. Liam had never traveled alone before, and this was his first big adventure outside his home country. The morning had started off simple. He had planned to visit a popular palace and maybe a museum afterward. He had checked the map, noted the names of the subway stations, and told himself that this time he wouldn't get lost. He had gotten lost the day before. Twice. At the subway entrance, Liam bought a card and tapped through the gates. There was a large screen above the escalator showing the next train arrival. He had no idea how to read it, so he simply looked around. And that's when he noticed it. A man in a bright yellow coat. There was something about the yellow. It stood out so much among the grays, blacks, and browns that filled the space. Without thinking, Liam decided to follow the yellow. Maybe that guy was heading toward the same tourist spots. The man entered the same train Liam needed. That was a good sign, right? As the train moved forward, Liam tried to keep his eyes on the yellow coat. The man got off at the next stop, so Liam did too. That was not part of the plan, but he thought maybe the route on his map was wrong. After all, real people probably knew better than apps. The man started walking quickly through a connecting tunnel. Liam followed. Soon more people appeared. Students in uniforms, workers in suits, old ladies carrying shopping bags. But Liam only watched the yellow. Then something odd happened. He saw another person with a green scarf and an orange backpack. The colors were so bright and coordinated. They walked fast, confidently, like they had somewhere exciting to be. Without much thought, Liam turned and followed them instead. He passed signs in Korean he couldn't read. The walls were covered with ads for skincare and bubble tea. A group of teenagers ran past him, laughing. He was now deep inside the subway maze, and he had no idea where he was. Another person caught his attention. This time, a woman with red shoes and a blue hat. She looked like a traveler too. He followed. Then someone else. Then another. He wasn't really thinking anymore. He was chasing colors. And then the train doors closed behind him. He had followed someone onto a train again, this time without checking the station name. The doors shut with a soft beep and the train started moving. He looked up. No English. No map. Just glowing Korean letters. He looked around. No tourists. No yellow coats. No red shoes. Only locals staring at their phones or sleeping quietly. Liam started to panic just a little. The train pulled into the next station. The name was unfamiliar. He stayed on. It moved again. Another stop. Still no clue. He had no Wi-Fi, and his offline map was not helpful. He looked out the window, hoping to see a landmark or something familiar. Nothing. Then something unexpected happened. He relaxed. It was strange, really. But there, in the middle of a giant subway system surrounded by strangers completely lost, he smiled. Because getting lost was part of the adventure, right? He remembered something he had read before coming to Korea. If you want to truly explore, stop trying to control everything. And that's exactly what he did. He got off at the next station, walked out of the station gates and looked around. He was somewhere new. There were little restaurants with handwritten signs, small shops with paper lanterns, and the smell of street food in the air. A man was grilling something on a stick. A kid was playing with a toy robot. A cat sat near a fruit stand watching everyone like it owned the place. Liam walked slowly, taking everything in. He didn't know the name of the area. He didn't know how to get back. But he felt strangely calm. He followed a small alley with steps leading up. It opened into a quiet park on a hill. There were cherry blossom trees and old wooden benches. He sat down. He took a deep breath. The sun felt warm on his face. Birds were chirping. A little boy ran past, laughing, chased by his grandfather. It was peaceful. Liam spent the next hour exploring the neighborhood. He bought a rice cake from a street vendor and tried to ask for directions using simple English and hand gestures. The old lady laughed and drew something on a napkin. It was a sketch of the subway symbol and an arrow. Perfect. He followed the napkin map and found the station again. This time he didn't follow anyone. He checked the map carefully, took his time and chose the right train. Back at his hostel, he told himself he wouldn't do anything that's spontaneous again. But the next morning he saw someone with a purple umbrella and, well, you can guess the rest. Sometimes the best part of traveling isn't the big landmarks. It's the unexpected streets, the little parks, the people you don't know, and the stories that start when you stop trying to follow the plan. And maybe, just maybe, chasing colors isn't such a bad way to discover a new city. You just learned without even trying. Think about it. You followed Liam through complex sentence structures, past tense forms, descriptive language, and useful expressions, without opening a grammar book. That's the power of stories. Your brain learns naturally when it's engaged, curious, and having fun. We drop a new story every day, each one filled with the kind of English you need in real life. So if you found this story helpful, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. And now I want to hear from you. Have you ever gotten lost while traveling? Drop your story in the comments. Let's learn from each other.